I don't want to be strong like man who look pretty. I want to be strong like bitch that fight bears in the forest.
Welcome to another episode of Bitch vs. Bear with your hosts, me, Amber, and my bestie, Sydney. Woohoo! We are co-owners of Shield Maiden Training Co., and this is a show where we bitch, laugh, and chat about all things fitness and wellness related to women and the LGBTQIA+ community.
Holy crap, that's what we do?
It is.
For, I don't know, what, like 82 episodes or something?
Yes, exactly, 82 episodes.
I love it. So,
Right.
I'm really excited about this episode because I think it is something that helps the demographic that we talk about and for quite a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because it creates a safe space because they can kind of do it anywhere.
Yeah, makes sense.
And like they're not having to like go into uncomfortable spaces and present themselves in ways that maybe are less than authentic. And so that's kind of the reason behind exploring this fun techie version of fitness, which if you haven't caught on yet is we're calling it exploring app-based fitness. So like all of those apps out there that are like, you know, I don't know. There's so many of them now.
There really are.
Like
There's a ton.
do you remember way back in the day when it was you got the video of like P90X?
No.
Like we've come so far. You don't, or like what was it?
I remember 7-Minute Fitness.
Or Taibo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like that was like the original, right? Like in-home app.
Oh, are we going like way back?
Yeah, like yeah, or like
Like Jane Fonda Fitness.
Yeah, Jane Fonda Fitness, or what's his name with the little shorts?
Oh.
Yeah, you know who with the
I
curly
know
hair.
exactly
Yeah.
who you're talking about.
Yes.
I can picture him and everything.
I
I
forget
want to
his
say
name.
Gene Simmons, but that's not it. That's the singer. It's a Gene though, right? Something
I
Gene.
think so.
Gene something.
We'll find it and put it in the show notes because like that was like the original. Like that's how you could do fitness in home, making it more accessible, and definitely in that context, I think like those fitness instructors were creating safe spaces. Jane Fonda's. I don't know if anybody knows Jane Fonda personally, but she seems pretty liberal from all of her kind of throughout the years. Like, did she get arrested?
Probably.
I think she did. I think she was like protesting and like got arrested.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
So I just think it's kind of cool to see the like full progression because now we have these like, computer powered phones that are like full access to everything all the time.
Right.
And it just seeing like you couldn't find a VCR if you wanted to. Like,
Yeah. I have a DVD player, but like that's as close.
yeah.
And it is Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons, yes. I just remember like but he made it really fun and it was like really inclusive. I remember like I think my mom did it or like seeing it on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like
He's a pop icon.
Yeah, exactly.
Pop culture icon.
Pop culture icon with his little short booty shorts, like the 1970s booty shorts. Loved it.
BT Dubs, if you Google 80s fitness guy,
He pops up.
right up.
The internet knows. It's just like 80s fitness guy. Oh, you mean Richard Simmons?
Here you go. I would absolutely download his app.
Man, he really missed the window. If he had just been born a little bit later.
Oh, poor thing.
Okay, so
All right.
the thing about app-based fitness programs, they offer a really convenient and flexible and customizable approach to staying active and healthy. And that really makes them an attractive option for a lot of people, but specifically women and LGBTQIA, because we don't have to put ourselves in what sometimes is an unsafe environment.
Fair.
Also, the convenience factor. Let's not overlook that.
Yeah,
like
all
being
about
able to be
convenience.
like 15 minutes in my house with whatever I have. Like so many of them now are like, oh, you don't have a dumbbell? Pick up your water bottle and fill it up. And like, here's some moves you can do with it. So like, you can work out with anything and everything in your home. Like,
Right.
you're just picking up Gracie doing like lunges and squats with her.
I haven't not done that.
Yeah, I know. she's not too fond of it, but she doesn't put up a huge fight either.
No.
Yeah. So between being able to like use anything in your home, work out at any time that's like convenient for you. So like if you're a parent, you know, with the baby down and you're like, okay, I have exactly 13 minutes. Like that definitely comes in handy for those people. And you don't have to worry about like trying to get out the door. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I work nights and so like my schedule doesn't fit the gym schedule, like those kinds of things. So I think it's great for access.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits to be had for these app-based fitness programs or fitness-based apps. I don't know what we decided to call it.
Techie.
The stuff you can do at home. So, well, you kind of already touched on this one, but it's much more accessible than going to the gym. You know, fitness apps, most fitness apps, I won't say all, most fitness apps can accommodate users of all fitness levels, from beginners to advanced athletes. There's something for everybody.
There really is.
It's great. They're like potatoes. There's something for everybody. They often provide modifications for exercises, making them accessible to individuals with different abilities or injuries.
Yeah, I never really thought about the injury aspect of like if you can't get to the gym because like most of the things that you would normally be doing are now kind of off your list. Also, that kind of reminds me of like, I know Doc Allison actually uses an app that for like PT. So like you can do your exercises like and utilizes an app based. So like even in doing like rehab and prehab stuff, it's being used in that format too, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah. Actually, if you're listening to this episode, Allison, I need to call you and please send me a message and remind me. Okay. Anyways. So some other benefits of the techie is some can be really cost effective, like much lower cost than a kind of standard gym membership.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. And definitely less expensive than like personal training.
Oh yeah.
Also, what I've noticed, the rise of the like free version for like a limited time to kind of like get you, set the hook as it were. You know, most have moved to that subscription kind of fee style. You know, we're in that subscription era of our lives where everything's a subscription fee.
Right.
But even if you like take a look at that, it oftentimes is still lower than the cost of a gym membership.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely.
Techie can be cost effective.
Love it. There's also a lot of variety. So a lot of fitness apps offer a wide range of workout options, including yoga, high intensity interval training, strength training, cardio. Users can choose activities that align with their fitness goals and their preferences. And there's also a wide variety of apps.
Yeah.
So like, I know I have one that is specifically for yoga, but I also have some that are for more fitness, like cardio and strength.
Yeah.
Or some that are just for cardio. So like, depending on what you're doing that day or what you feel like, you open the appropriate app and off you go.
It's so prevalent now that I have a folder on my phone that is called Health and Fitness. And it's where all of my appy techie things live. And when you were saying that, one of the things that I thought about was because obviously I did CrossFit for a long time. Anybody listening to this knows that I have a WOD generator. So it's not an app, like it's still fitness based, and I select like what I have access to and it randomly populates workout for me. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I am gonna just do it here real quick because I just want to see what it does. It's called SmartWOD. If anybody's ever used it, you can select like whether you're doing like an EMOM or an AMREP, or if anybody doesn't know what those are, that's every minute on the minute and as many rounds as possible. Like
WOD is workout of the day.
And WOD is workout of the day. So I just did it, and you can like generate. And this one was 5 as many rounds as possible in 10 minutes of 5 burpees, 10 kettlebell swings. That's what it generated for me because I have a kettlebell at home. So 10-minute workout, getting some strength and cardio in.
There you go.
Completely free.
Love that.
Yeah. So like, I think it's just so cool, all of the variety of apps out there that are fitness related. To be fair, it can also be very overwhelming.
It's definitely overwhelming. Yes.
Which I think kind of very well transitions into the next thing, which is you and I have both explored various app-based fitness, and there are some potential drawbacks that we want to point out because if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I've been out of the gym for a little while, maybe I should explore some apps. Yes, definitely explore them, but be aware of some of the drawbacks.
Yeah.
One of the things that I found is there's definitely a lack of personalization.
Yeah, there is that.
Some offer customized options, but many of them don't provide that same level of individualized guidance as you would get working with like a personal trainer or even a coach at like a CrossFit gym who sees you day in and day out, knows what maybe injuries you're working with, what your goals are.
Can point out if you're doing a move wrong.
You know, they can't. It's more than what your mirror can give you when you're like at home.
Fair, yes.
So you might just not be receiving adequate attention for the things that you are trying to go for. So whether that's like injury prevention or rehab or even, you know, just your general goals. So that is a drawback for sure.
Definitely. And while it is cheaper than a membership, there are still a lot of times subscription costs. And while some fitness apps do offer free versions or trial periods, a lot of them do require a subscription fee to access the premium features or content or like the full workings of the program. Over time, these reoccurring costs can add up, especially if users subscribe to multiple apps or services.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're paying for like a yoga one specifically and a running one specifically, you know, those, it's like anything else in the subscription world where after a while you're like, wait, I'm essentially paying a gym membership.
Without any of the personal attention. Yeah.
Yes. Without any of the personalization. Or this one, I think, is actually one of the things that I most consider as a drawback because the lack of human connection. Because we talk about consistency being the key, and what keeps you consistent is having accountability and building a community. So despite the convenience that a lot of these apps provide, there is that lack of human connection because many of them you don't interact with the other users of the app.
That's true.
And then again, like it goes back to like there's not an in-person coach or a trainer. So you're losing the like workout partner, you're losing that, you know, positive reinforcement from your coach. So that absence can really like affect people's motivation and just like your overall accountability because like nobody's texting you to be like, hey, you missed the, you know, 5 p.m. row class. It's you're like sitting on your couch and like, well, I'll just turn my phone over and I don't need to worry about it.
Is this the next iteration of Shield Maiden? Shield Maiden app.
Shield Maiden app, where it's just mine and Amber's face that pop up,
yell at you to go work out,
and yell at you to go work out. We could start. What's the?
I mean, I was thinking more about like connecting people to work out together, but like, yeah, we could also just yell at people.
Oh, so we're kind of like a dating app, but for workout buddies.
Oh my God, yes. That wasn't quite what I was thinking, but yes, I love it.
Okay, we'll talk about this offline. We don't want anybody else to steal this idea.
Hashtag copyright.
Yeah, can we do that? Can we trademark and copyright something? Like,
probably not.
Just like that.
Pretty sure that's not how it works.
Darn.
Okay. So recently we have been exploring the MILA
I call it MILA
app. And if you've been listening at all in the last month or so, you know we've been talking about this.
Yeah.
This should not be the first time you're hearing it.
And if it is, go back and listen to
Right.
the episodes because you've missed something.
So you might be wondering why we decided to explore or review this particular app compared to the multitude of others that are out there. First, we really like Camilla's philosophy. Camilla is the owner, designer, whatever, of the app. She designed it with a focus of helping people find joy in moving their bodies and to build habits that last. It is not based on telling you what to eat or how to count your calories, nothing like that. It is actually not about losing weight at all. It's really just about moving your body and meeting yourself where you're at each day.
Yeah. It's pretty much all the things we talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a lovely app.
It really is. And, I think there are a lot of great apps out there and we haven't explored all of them.
No.
But this one definitely caught our attention and we wanted to give it a little I wouldn't say prop up, it's shout out. Yeah, because we're like, oh yeah, that philosophy resonates with us.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that I think you've tried it at this point.
Yeah.
I've tried it. So this is something that we have actually done ourselves.
Yeah.
And used. So we can talk about our experience with it.
Yeah. So that's what the next part is
Yes.
about. Okay. So we're going to dive in what we liked.
Okay. What did you like, Sid?
I really liked the self-identification of being able to choose a workout based on how I was feeling, what my energy level was.
Yes.
I thought that was such a cool approach because, one, if you've listened to the show, we're about reflection. It really forces you to reflect on how you're feeling before jumping into a workout. And when doing it, what I became really aware of is there have been plenty of times that I would get into a pre-programmed workout at a CrossFit gym and have low energy because maybe I had had a poor night of sleep or I hadn't had enough food or water that day, or maybe it was just a busy fucking day at work. And by the end of that workout, I would feel like shit because I didn't scale appropriately because I just jumped into whatever was written. And just went out kind of guns a-blazing because I was like, okay, whatever, it's up on the board and this is what's expected of me. And I didn't reflect on okay, what kind of day have I had? What kind of week have I had? And how do I accommodate myself in this setting? So I really enjoyed that being the start of the app. Before I got into a workout that day, I had to think about okay, how am I feeling?
Yeah.
Am I ready to go all out or do I need to take it a little bit lower energy today? So that was my main thing that I took away of really when I think I did the 7-day free trial.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is really cool and a unique way to approach going into a workout. Because usually you get that reflection piece after the workout. You're like, oh shit. Also enjoyed the variety of offerings because there's the guided walk and those kinds of things. I hope they start to include more of that because I do think it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I found the app to be really beginner friendly. I will say, admittedly, and maybe, I don't know if I put this down at what we didn't like. It's kind of jumping down to that part. So I won't say that right now. But for things I did it doesn't feel overwhelming and you don't have to have a background in fitness to utilize the app. So those were the things that I really liked about it.
Nice. So I felt pretty similarly. I really liked that you could choose where your energy level was that day and get things that were kind of tailored to that energy level. I also like the variety that were offered each day.
Yeah.
So once you select your energy level, you get 3 modules to complete or not, depending on what you want to do, that are kind of based on where you're at, low, medium, or high energy. I like that each day there was an educational or motivational component in video, which was really fun, along with the fitness modules. So on lower energy days, there were things like guided meditations and mindfulness, yoga, breathing practices, things like that, which obviously I really enjoyed. And I felt like there was a good mix of cardio and strength exercises as well. And I loved that they were quick. They were very short modules. Like, I don't
Yes.
think they were any more than 10 or 15 minutes each.
Yeah, they were super, like, it's super accessible in terms of length.
Yeah. And so like you get the 3 modules and you can like pick and choose what you want to do when. You could do them all at once. You could like spread them out. You could do none. You can go back and do old ones. Like, it was really cool. So yeah, even if you decided I'm going to sit down and do all 3 of them, it's only going to take 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, like the perfect length of a workout, like
Yeah.
full workout. Yeah.
And you don't even have to like be active that entire time. It's like sometimes it's just watching or listening to a video,
Yeah.
which was really cool. The other thing I really liked was that Camilla, the creator, that's the word I was looking for earlier, the creator, and the person that you see in all the videos in here actually looks like a regular person.
Yeah.
Like, she does not look like, and this is not to disparage her because she's a beautiful, wonderful person, from what I've seen in her videos. She doesn't look like the typical like rail thin, uber fit fitness influencer that you see all over social media.
Yeah.
And which is very intimidating for like the average person. She feels super relatable, and that for me was really encouraging and like made me actually want to listen to her and do the things.
Yeah. I would say I should have probably put that up at the top too, because I really did like that aspect that, yeah, she doesn't have like models doing the videos like for her, which I thought was really cool. And yeah, I just thought it was very like approachable.
Yes. Yes. That's the word. Absolutely. And like, you know, she's doing the workout with you.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're alone.
Yeah. And like she's talking you through it and, you know, being very relatable. I don't know. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what didn't we like about it?
Honestly, I don't know that there was something specific that I could pick out that I didn't like. Honestly. The user interface is super simple. It is like the simplest interface I've ever seen. It's wonderful. Yeah. The only thing I struggle with is just getting the habit of doing it daily.
Yeah.
Which like if you're paying it for subscription, I feel like you have to be ready to commit to doing it on a regular basis, or it might not feel worth it. I mean, it's not super expensive. It's only like $10.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think maybe if that subscription, like, you might feel more accountability. I think and it's not a reflection of this app in particular. I think it's a problem with all apps of that lack of like accountability and, you know, community aspect, even though it seems like she is creating a community. Like lots of people are, you know, interactive on different platforms, so like Instagram and those kinds of things, but it's not housed within the app necessarily.
right. Yeah.
The only other thing that I would say, and this is very specific to, I do have a background in, you know, team sports and those kinds of things, so some of it did feel a little too beginner in the approach. Not that the
I can
movement,
see that.
like I can make the movements as hard or, you know, scalable as I need, but it was, you know, part of me is like, I already know this, like, you know, and because I know it, I felt like I wanted to kind of jump ahead. Like I wanted to like speed it up. I'm like, can I put this on like 2 times speed? But, and again, I think that has nothing, it's not a fault of the app. It is that I've just been in the fitness realm a while. And so like knowing going in that this is definitely beginner friendly and it slows it down a little bit. It's not jumping right past all of the kind of like important information that if you've been doing fitness and things for a while, you're probably like, yep, I understand that. Okay, move on. Like, let's speed this up a little. But that was my only thing. And then again, I think it's very personal and it's not an app problem.
Yeah. I think this would be, I don't know that it would be a super beneficial app for someone who is more advanced in their fitness. but it's definitely a great app for folks that are just getting into fitness or getting back into fitness after a while.
Or as like I found it really good for like as like maybe a supplementary.
Yeah.
You know, like I
Knowing
have
you need to sit through some explanations that
Yeah.
you don't need, but
yeah.
other people might find
Yeah,
useful.
exactly. So like it might not be something that I choose to do as like my primary, like, I do this at 5 times a week, but it would be cool to have like, okay, this is something I do twice a week in that complements something else that I'm doing.
Yeah. Just a quick,
Yeah.
like it isn't my main workout day, but I want to do something.
Kind of like active recovery, like doing
Yeah.
the guided walks or like doing one of the modules to like be moving. Yeah. I think that's my only kind of like thing and it's not even the thing that I didn't like. It was just one of those things that I noticed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like I worked through it. It was fine. It didn't impact my overall, like, oh, this is a, 5-star kind of fitness app, which I do think it is. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a really well-rounded, thought out app. So
Yeah. And like it was a great pace for me.
yeah. And it was
liked it.
really nice. Like it was really fun. It was, it definitely didn't make me feel like bad about myself, which was nice.
Yeah.
Like it was very like, okay, yeah. Like it's very positive. It's not like you didn't get 2 workouts in today and drink a gallon of water. You fucking suck. Like it was very like,
It's like, you're doing great.
yeah, positive affirmations. Like it was awesome.
It was really lovely. It was fun. I listened to like one of the modules I got in the first week was a guided walk, which was really fun because she actually went on a walk and was just like chatting as she went on a walk.
Yeah, I don't know that
And
I
so,
could do that. Maybe I could, but I was impressed with things like that where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that did make me feel like, oh, there is somebody holding me accountable. Because
Yeah.
like we're in this together, even though obviously we're not.
Yeah. And so like I listened to it while I took Gracie on a walk and was like listening and was like laughing when she like things, and you could like hear the cars going by.
Yeah.
So it felt like you were on a walk with somebody.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
I think it's, if somebody was like, okay, rate this app, I would say 5 out of 5, like easily.
Totally. Yeah.
So if this sounds like something that is up your alley, we encourage you to go try it. We're not sponsored. We have no affiliation with them. We just think it's really cool and kind of falls in line with what we're about. And so we wanted to investigate it. And if, we'd love to hear your thoughts on if you have an app that you really like that really works for you. Let us know.
Share with the community.
Yeah.
Why are you keeping it a secret?
Yeah.
It's rude.
It's rude. Awesome. All right. That's a wrap. Whether you're lifting weights or lifting each other up, let's keep breaking barriers, building strength, and embracing our rainbow of resilience. Till next time, stay fierce and stay fabulous.